Hello football fans and United fans. In front of me here is the new Manchester United away shirt for the 25-26 season. You can see that it is a white background with the Snowflake Design, which is a throwback from the 1990 to 92 shirts. They're calling this the Snowflake pattern, and it is like a plum lilac colour. Not sure if the camera shows the colour of it very well, but it is a very light purpley colour. Lilac, I think they're calling it. But this is the player version, and this is the stadium shirt, called the Replica. This one's called the player shirt, the authentic. I'm going to call it the Replica and the authentic, but sometimes I get them mixed up. But in this video, I'm going to show you the differences of both the versions, side by side. As you can see here, there's a slight size difference straight away, look. The Replica is a lot bigger. Hopefully you can see that there. Look at the trim of the table. But anyway, I'm going to show you all the differences between these both shirts. One of them is £120. This one is £85. Is it worth the price difference? By the end of this video, you're going to find out for yourself which one is best for you. So let's get straight into the authentic. You can see the Adidas logo there is heat applied, looks really crisp, beautiful on the shirt. Hopefully that colour shows on the camera, but on my screen it looks slightly darker, but this camera doesn't even give it justice anyway. The shirt looks so nice, and it's actually surprised me quite a lot. But anyway, let's get back to the Adidas logo, which is going to be heat applied on the stadium shirt. You can see that shape, the pattern of design of the Heat.Rdy version material. But that's that. Let's go to the Replica, which of course is going to be stitched and embroidered. Beautiful stitching, looks so good. It's a lovely colour. I actually think the stitching looks better on these shirts. But let's go to the Red Devil, which in this case is purple. So we'll call him the Purple Devil. Let me get rid of that. But yeah, he is heat applied. He has nice texture. But look at that, looks really good, nice and crisp. Look at his fork there. His tail looks really good. And then we pop over to the Replica. And once again, I have to say the stitching looks just so nice on this Red Devil. Look at that. You can also see that it's stitched on the shirt. Look at that outline there. But how nice does that look? So good. But anyway, there's the Snapdragon on the Replica. I think it's pretty much the same transfer. I always say this, but there's no real difference there between that and that. There's both of them. See? I think it's just the same transfer on both shirts. No real differences at all. Okay, so now let me show you the collar. This is going to be the player version, and it is an overlapping V-neck. See that? Look at the Heat.Rdy material, so good, very breathable. You've got the heat pads on the back there, but look at that, beautiful V-neck. Different material, there's a material change there. Overlapping V. Both these shirts up for review today are both large. The tags there, always make sure you buy genuine. And that's that. Really nice. I love the V-neck, old throwback vintage style V-neck. And then let's go to the, get rid of the tag, go to the Replica, which it just does look bigger, longer. This is a much more relaxed fit. at the end of the video, I'll hopefully show the sizing, the fit on it as well. I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but you'll see by the end of the video anyway. But look at that. There is a material, oh no. It's not a material change, no, it's just, it's got that stripe stitched on rather than a complete material change over on the authentic look. So you've got the Heat.Rdy there, and then this bit changes, whereas on the Replica it's that style material, the Aeroready, and includes that. Still a V-neck. You do not have the heat pads on the back, but that's how it looks on the Replica. Okay, so next I'll show you the 3 stripes on the shoulder, which on the authentic is of course heat applied, has a nice little hexagon pattern there, the DXC sponsor on the bottom, and it's a straight cuff at the bottom there. Let me put them quickly side by side. So you can see the material difference is huge there. There's a material change there, look. I'll get into this more in the video, so don't worry about that. But anyway, let's go back to the stripes, which are heat applied on the authentic, and then we shoot over to the smooth material of the Aeroready, and then look at that. The 3 stripes are stitched on. Look how nice that looks. And the purple is really pops nicely on the Replica. So there's the heat applied with the hexagon shape. And there's the traditional stitched on 3 stripes. Okay, so now let's get into the material of both. The authentic is symbolized there, and you can see that material beautifully there, look. You can see the contour shape on the bottom there, all the way down. But just look at that. That material looks so good on the authentic. But anyway, let's get back to what we was doing. Let's show you the underarm segment, which on the authentic looks like that. Such a breathable material. Looks really high quality, look there. And then we come down. There's a material change here. See that? And then not a material change below here, but just a texture change, I think. But look at that. How good does that look? You got the snowflake there. And let's transition over to the Replica, which we do have Aeroready on the bottom on this one. Not sure why. On the Arsenal shirt, it didn't have that. On the Adidas Arsenal shirt, on the home shirt that is, which the video, just subscribe, you'll see all them other videos. But anyway, let's go back to what we was focusing on, which was the underarm segment, of course. So let's just quickly show you that. Material change there. And then we go to the Replica, which is this material throughout the whole shirt, except for this tiny bit segment here, look, which is the underarm segment. And it's that material, look. Runs all the way up to the underarm. And then we go to the authentic, look. Huge difference. Is it worth the price difference? That's your choice, guys, but look at those shirts. The Aeroready Replica. The beautiful pattern. How good does that look? The beautiful stitching. and the authentic, which is symbolized there with the heat applied. And that's it. I'll quickly turn these over, show you the back. Okay, so this is the back. There's more of the Snowflake design. Of course, the authentic is still over on the left here. And on the right, we've got the replica. The snowflake on both at the bottom and on the top of the arms. See there? Little transition over there, look. And the easiest way to tell if someone's wearing a replica is, of course, the neck at the back stops there because it allows for the heat pads. And over on the replica, it wraps completely around. So there you have it, that's the back. What name and number would you have on the back? Let me know in the comments. Always love to hear your favourite players. And United have signed 2 new players this season. What do you think of them? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. But that's the back. What name and number would you have? Let me know. I'll flip these over now and show you the front for the final thoughts. Okay, so final thoughts. The authentic is really, really nice. I mean, just look at that. I hope those colours show on camera as nice as it actually looks in real life, because it really is something. It looks so good. Just the white and the lilac really pops. The snowflake design look. See there? And the authentic. But it's rare for me. I'm going to have to choose the replica. I'm team replica for this shirt. For the away shirt. It doesn't happen often. I'm always quite snobbish for the authentic. And of course this Heat.Rdy material. See that? Look how good. Look how nice that is. How good does that look? I mean, come on. Anyway, I'm team replica. Let me know if you're team authentic or if you're team replica. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more, watch all the other videos popping up right about now, and of course, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks again for watching.